Welcome to Part 3 of the Pure Storage FlashArray Storage Replication Adapter demonstration for VMware Site Recovery Manager. In Part 3 of this demo, we will be showing you a recovery operation, verifying the recovery of those virtual machines, starting a Reprotect operation, and then verifying that replication goes back to that original site. First, let's review our recovery plan. Our recovery plan includes 8 virtual machines spanning 2 different VMFS volumes. Before we start the recovery plan, let's take a look at our configuration on our FlashArray. We have 2 replicated volumes, and on the remote side, those volumes do not exist. They will be created by the SRA when we initiate the recovery. Looking at our protection group, we see we do indeed have some remote snapshots that have already been created. So let's start the recovery. The first step in the recovery process is to have the FlashArray SRA create a new remote snapshot. Now note, this snapshot is created prior to shutting down the VMs and quiescing the I/O to those volumes. Therefore, this first snapshot is a crash-consistent snapshot. You can see that the snapshot has been created inside of this protection group. Once this snapshot is finished, Site Recovery Manager will shut down the virtual machines and unmount those volumes. Once the VMs have been shut down and the volumes have been unmounted, there will be another synchronization at step 7. This synchronization will create another remote snapshot on the recovery FlashArray. This time, since the VMs have been powered down and the volumes unmounted, these snapshots have been quiesced. Therefore, they are application-consistent copies. These are the snapshots that we will use to recover the data at the recovery vCenter environment. Once the remote snapshot has been created, this is when the new volumes will be created on the recovery FlashArray. As you can see, the new volume has been created with the suffix of pureSRA-failover, and they've been added to the proper host or host group. The original volumes on the source array have been renamed to have a suffix of pureSRA-demoted. The new volumes with the pureSRA-failover suffix will be mounted to the recovery environment, and then the VMs powered on. If we look at our recovery VMware environment, we can take a look at one of the virtual machines that have been registered and powered on. If we take a look at the data store that underlies that virtual machine, we can use the Pure Storage Web Client plugin to verify that it is indeed running on that volume with the suffix of pureSRA-failover. As the remaining virtual machines continue to power on, you can verify that your recovery plan has worked. Check your virtual machines and their applications for the proper data and proper configurations. It is important to note at the end of a recovery operation, your data stores are not protected back to the original site. Replication needs to be set up so they can be protected like they originally were, but this time back to the original source. This is what the Reprotect operation does. If we take a look at our now source FlashArray, we'll see that there is no protection group for those data stores replicating back to the original site. This will need to be created. Luckily, the SRA automates this process. During the Reprotect operation, the SRA will look at the original configuration of the volumes on the original site and their protection groups. Those protection groups will be recreated on the now source FlashArray. The protection groups will be recreated using the same snapshot schedule, if configured, and remote replication schedule. If we take a look at our remote FlashArray as we are now, we'll see that the protection group has just been created. It has the same replication schedule as the original one, no local, but a remote replication every 25 minutes. Our volumes have been added in, and you'll note that the names have been renamed to remove that original suffix of pureSRA-failover, and then now they have the original names prior to the failover. If we look at our original site, our volumes that have been appended with pureSRA-demoted remain untouched. The final step of the Reprotect operation is to initiate a new snapshot to begin the protection back to the original site. If we look at our now target FlashArray, we'll see that the snapshots have been created. Once a reprotect operation is complete, you are able to fail back to the original site. If we look at our production and now fully replicated site, we can see that the volumes that we have there are running on the volumes with the original name prior to failover. Thank you for watching this 3-part series of a demonstration of the Pure Storage FlashArray Storage Replication Adapter for Site Recovery Manager.